Got my farming hat on as we put our hand to the plow and configure IPv6 addressing. Well, if you haven't already, go ahead and launch the lab using the link on the web interface in front of you. And while you're waiting for that to load, let me talk about our objectives. In this lab, what I would like you to do is get IPv6 addressing deployed across our entire network. Now you can see down in the lower right-hand corner all of the different interfaces for each one of the routers that have been specified. So we've got gigabit 0/0, 2/0, and you can see those lining up on each one of these objects on the network diagram, right? Each one of these specifies the IPv6 network that it will use. Now you can see the subnet, if you want to call it that, is right here, which illustrates the differences between each one of the offices. So for example, the router in Arizona will have, we'll call it subnet 1606 for its internal network. Again, not using VLANs in this case. We're just deploying one network for IPv6 as a whole. Then it will connect to the 1607 network, which will be the Metro E Cloud. And you can see that that is shared with all the other three routers because they're all connected to the same network. They'll all be able to communicate right there. We can then deploy for Nevada, right here, 1608, and Florida 1616 as a network internally for each one of them. So I want you to look at what current IPv4 addresses are assigned, what IPv6 addresses are currently assigned, then do the assignment, and then make sure that each router can ping the other routers using the I should specify because I know a lot of people are sneaky, the IPv6 address on their Metro E interfaces. So pause the video right now, give that one a try on your own. Then once you're done, bring it back here and I'll do the walkthrough of this with you, right? Pause now. Hopefully you did. Here's what it should have looked like. So first off, I would go to each one of the routers. Now we're going to be focusing on router 1, AZ, router 2, Nevada, and router 3, Florida right there, this nice little clump in a row. So for IPv4 addresses, use the show IP interface brief, right? Original IP doesn't have any v4, and I can verify all those right there on each one of them. I can then type in show IPv6 interface brief, or there's many variations of that command that I can use to verify that every single one of these interfaces are unassigned. There is no IPv6 address assigned to each one, and I would see that reflected on Nevada and Florida routers. I'll leave that to you to verify each one of those. Now, assign the IPv6 address as shown. Let's start off on Arizona. I can see the gigabit 0/0 should have this address, and I'm sure I'll be flipping back and forth quite a bit. So let's go over there to Arizona gigabit 0/0, go into global configuration mode, interface GI 0/0, and I will type in the command IPv6 address, and this is where my flipping begins. 2001 DB8, 2001:DB8. Notice the leading 0 is dropped off to shorten the address. 6783, 6783, colon. Then we will have 1606, 1606, :5. And then the subnet mask should be a /64 on there, which in IPv6 we only have the ability to type that in using CIDR notation. Good. That should make the other one pretty easy. Gig 2/0, which is our connection right here to the Metro E Cloud, will have the same address with 1607. So we'll go up arrow twice, 2/0, same address, 1607. Hit the enter key, come back, verify, show IPv6 interface brief, and I can see that those two addresses are now assigned to each one of those interfaces. I also can see right here, if you want some bonus credit, the EUI64 powered link local address that was generated for each one of these interfaces. That happens automatically by the router, so that has an address it can use for local network communication between them. So the extra credit I was getting at is figure out how that was generated. Why was it generated? Why does it look like this? That should power some of your mind going from the lecture in this skill, right? Okay, let's move on to Nevada. And it's going to be a lot of the same at this point. So I can do a show IPv6 interface brief, see that there's nothing assigned, go into global configuration mode, and I can say GI 0/0 will have the IP address. And actually here, I'll make this really easy. Right there. Copy, jump over here, IPv6 address, right click and paste that first half of it in there. And then I just got to remember 07 will be on gigabit Ethernet 0007:6/64. Hit the up arrow, go to gigabit Ethernet 1/0/1/0. And on that one, we will be using 1608. So I'll hit the up arrow, 1608:6. Good. This one is good to go. We'll come back over here to Florida, show IPv6 interface brief. Nothing there. Good. Global configuration mode, interface, and we'll go to GI0/0, G0/0, right click, or IPv6 address, right click in there. Whoop. Get my mouse, paste, and it'll be 1607. You hate it when you get another window in your ::, 7. There we go. /64. Hit the enter key. Then we'll go up to gigabit Ethernet, and that should be 1/0, and we're going to 1616:7. So we'll go 1/0. IPv6 address. We'll paste this in 1616:7/64. Good. So now I should be able to do a show IPv6 interface brief and verify that those and the link local addresses have been assigned. Last objective should be to ensure each router can ping the other routers using the IP address on their Metro E interface. So that's going to be right here. The Metro E is going to be 1607:7, 6, and 5. So I will jump back here to my Florida router. So we'll do ping. Now you can go in here and do ping IPv6 if you want to be specific to this, and we can paste in that. That's where 1607:5. Make sure I can ping there. Yep. 6, zing, and 7. I might as well ping myself, right? You can see the round trip response times reflect when I'm pinging myself versus pinging the other routers. That's it. That's the core of assigning IPv6 configurations to your Cisco devices. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.